We've been together 10 years. My birthday the same day every 10 years. And you never thought to yourself, let me put something to the side for her?
Can you please open the car door because it is cold out here. It's 25 degrees.
No, I'm not doing that.
Please.
Get the baby back, get the baby back, y'all. Get back.
Told me that marrying me was the biggest mistake he's made in his life.
This man literally hates my guts, and I have no idea why. I'm damn near perfect to this man.
He came to unplug the computer, and that moment was so hard because there was such deep pain that somebody would do that to me for my final exam and just want to see me fail.
And I immediately stopped talking. So the more I sat there and thought about it, I start crying.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is that your husband? You deserve better.
Whenever my birthday was coming up, he never wanted to plan anything. So I would have to make the plan.
It's your job.
It's not my job. I'm your wife.
34 years old and you have 2 kids at home and you let yourself get so drunk that you had to pass out.
He always did things that made me feel like he didn't like me, but I didn't know that this man actually hated me.
Obviously, a bunch of people watched me be verbally abused at Disney World and nobody stood up for me and just watched it happen.
I need you to explain who she is on the phone. That's all I need you to do.
We're not doing this.
Yes, we are.
Made me realize that I had been with someone who ain't gave a shit about me.
This is an epidemic. Women are finding out that these men do not like them.
Sometimes it's not the cheating or the yelling or anything dramatic like that. Sometimes it is way quieter and honestly a lot more confusing. You know, it's the side eye they give you when you're literally just talking, or that constant excuses and belittling like you're just asking for too much by just existing. And then one day it just clicked to you like a light bulb. Wait, this man isn't actually just bad at love. He really doesn't like me.
We've been together 10 years. My birthday the same day every 10 years. And you never thought to yourself, let me put something to the side for her? I do that for you.
Every time I try, it's always something that transpires.
But 10 years in a row, Ryan?
Ain't no 10 years in a row. There's been times where you done celebrated your birthday.
On my dime, or somebody doing a giveaway, or somebody that's feeling bad for me. You never, 10 years in a row, you never did nothing for me.
Look at the fucking circumstance. It's not like I ain't tried. Fuck, I couldn't.
10 years in a row, you couldn't.
Nope.
Valentine's Day, too. Hey, damn.
This is where I always have to pause, because after year 3, after year 4, even 5, we're not confused anymore. We're not unlucky. We're not just saying, things didn't work out this time. 10 years? Birthdays don't move, as she said. The dates don't just sneak up on you. And at some point, I tried. Sounds like a lot more like I didn't prioritize you. And the part that really hurts me isn't the misgift. It's realizing that you weren't even important enough to be thought of ahead of time.
No, I'm not gonna do. Melissa, I come home from work. The house is all dirty. What do you do all day?
I've been working.
Working?
Just because you go into work and I work off my computer doesn't mean anything.
Working? It looks like you haven't been working because the house is all dirty. The dishes are still out. How about you go clean them? Because it's your job.
Those are your dishes.
I don't care. It's your job.
It's not my job. I'm your wife.
The woman.
Ever since we've gotten married, why have you started acting like this?
You are the woman. It's your job. You know what? I'm gonna go find another woman, all right?
Go
ahead.
This
doesn't even matter.
Go ahead. I don't care.
I'd
rather be with someone that does 50-50 and doesn't think
I'll
women...
go get someone that does her job.
Okay, good. You go find someone. Good luck. Good luck finding someone that's gonna put up with your bull.
It's not bull. Now get up. I'll make you do the dishes.
No,
How about
not making you do anything.
How about you get up
away
and
from
go
me,
get
Tom.
the dishes?
Don't touch me.
Get up.
No, I'm not gonna.
Go do the dishes.
I'm not gonna do anything. Back away from me. I'm serious.
Your job.
It's not my job.
Then get out of my house.
Okay, I will.
Can you please open the car door because it is cold out here. It's 25 degrees.
No, I'm not doing that.
Please.
I'm not doing that. I'm up to my wit's end with the shit that you do.
I don't even understand what I did that was that serious. It's freezing out here. I want to get in the car.
You never understand this. Talking up my own words because you never seem to understand that you do.
Babe, please, it's cold out here.
Babe, nothing.
There's no reason for me to stand out here while you're unloading the groceries. Can I please get in the car?
No.
What do you mean I'm going to figure it out?
No.
It is freezing out.
I'm sitting.
Please open the car. Like, why do you still have the doors locked? Like, are you dead serious right now?
Dead ass.
Let me in the car. Open the door. It's cold. Wow. Oh my God.
Pause, because this one is one of those moments where you don't even need a whole long explanation. This was a choice, clearly. Now, when somebody is comfortable leaving you outside, literally, just read into that. Just try to connect the dots as to what he's trying to communicate. That tells you everything that you need to know about how they really see you.
Been walking for about 20 minutes. It is freezing out here. This man really left me at the store in the parking lot because he didn't like that. I made a comment that I didn't even feel was that serious. Like, all I said was, you're taking forever to load the belt with the heavy items, and people are waiting to use it. And he was mad at me because he felt like I was undermining him. Hey, my toes are numb and my fingers are numb. And you clearly made another stop because I've been walking this whole time. You really left me out there.
Just have to get something to eat. Fast food.
Did you get me anything?
No, you wasn't there.
I'm talking to you.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
I wish you would stop.
Are you serious?
Yeah, stop talking to me.
This is where the math really stops mathing for me now, but Miss Math's class, because imagine being so offended by a comment that she made in the supermarket that you decided that the punishment is to leave your wife to walk home in the cold. It's not about being undermined, as he put it. To me, it is control, and let me know how you feel about it. Normal adults do get irritated, yeah, but guess what? They talk about it, they cool off. They don't want to turn a grocery run into a whole power play.
Bro, I'm literally with a nigga that hates my fucking guts, bro. For what reason, I do not fucking know. Like, your guess is just as good as mine. For you to be so good to a nigga, like damn near perfect to a nigga, and for them to just mistreat you for no reason, I have no clue why you hate me. I've never stepped out on you. I've been loyal to you, trustworthy, loving, kind, supportive. Why are you so mean to me? Then he can go around everybody else and just be so nice to them. And that shit be hurting my feelings because I'm like, bro, I'm your woman. And I'm the person you supposed to be the nicest to. Like, you're supposed to care about me more than anything. Like, this man literally hates my guts, and I have no idea why. I'm damn near perfect to this man. I'm not even bullshit, y'all. Like, I just don't know what else to do.
Cedric, I just came from out of our room and I just saw this second phone of yours, and I need you to explain who this female is right here on this phone. This
What?
your phone. That's your phone that I didn't even know was yours. So can you please explain and tell me who she is? Who she is?
Where did you find that phone at?
In our room.
So you invading my privacy now?
Okay, you call it what you want, but I need to know.
So we're married and you trying to invade my privacy. You don't trust me? That's what you're saying?
This is where the script always flips, because somehow the conversation jumps from whose phone is this to why are you in my business? Why are you in my privacy? Real quick. Privacy is one thing, but secrecy, yeah, it's another thing. And a mystery phone shows up with a whole nother woman on the phone screen. Like, sir, that is not your wife being paranoid. That's a valid question.
We are married, but I need you to explain who she is on the phone. That's all I need you to do.
We're not doing this tonight.
Yes, we are.
You pulling out that phone.
Yes, we are.
You pulling out that phone.
We're going to do it. Yes, we're going to do it. It doesn't matter what you say. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what you say. Okay, but back up. Back up. I'm not taking it out. I'm not taking it out. I'm not taking it out. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I tell you what.
You need to stay out my stuff.
Okay, so you're not. So you're not going to explain to me who she is?
I just said it was a coworker.
Oh, that's all you can tell me? All these years we've been married and you can't tell me who she is? You no, you want to go all in the refrigerator and stuff now. I tell you what I'll do. I'll get the phone myself. What I'll do is get the phone. When I get this phone, I'll find out exactly. How about I just go through it?
What?
How about I go through the
Mary,
phone?
give me my phone back.
How about I go through the
Give me my phone back.
and find out exactly how long you've been talking to her?
Give me my phone
no,
back.
I'm not
Give me
giving
my
you
phone
nothing
back.
back.
Give me my
No,
phone
you better
back.
back up.
Give
You
me my
better
phone
back
back.
up.
Give me my
Back
phone
up,
back.
Cedric.
I think that this could be satire, but this skit or whatever it is hitting home. I know very close for a lot of people, because the moment she says that she's going to find out who that woman is, you realize how fast his energy gets even really more aggressive, and that is usually very telling, because that is when the volume goes up, the whole body language just gets out of this world. And that brings us to this next clip that we're about to see, where a woman shows up and finds her man with another woman. So instead of him like defending or just this de-escalating the situation, this man is defending the other woman. Like, sir, read the room. At that point, you're not even trying to, as I said, de-escalate the situation. You're literally choosing sides in real time. And it's so embarrassing. And honestly, I'm sorry, but I always tell you guys, you cannot spell embarrassment without men.
No, let's get up. The hole, he would jump on the hole wouldn't get out the left. So you cheating on me, bitch? Who the girl is in the car? She cheating on me. Got the chair scream. Get the baby back, y'all. Get this. Get back. Oh, she's so scared, baby. She's shutting that door. So you too.
My daughter called him with somebody. I don't know, man. I just don't want nobody.
Don't call the police. Don't call the police, man. Bitch, she's scared. Bitch, who the girl the bitch is? Oh, he finna hit over there. Bitch, back up. Bitch, you gotta back up the girl. Hit the motherfucking car. She hit the car. They really going to jail. Hey, bitch. No, you're fucking me.
I'm a domestic violence survivor, and today I want to share with you the ways that my husband used to hate me and try to sabotage my education. As many of you know, I'm a social worker with a master's degree, but when I was earning my AA degree, I had a 6-year-old and a newborn. In my final semester before the degree, I had to take a test. It was timed, it was online, and I had to do it at home. In my relationship, I did mostly all the caregiving, and even though my husband was home at the time, I couldn't leave him with the baby, and so I had to figure out a way to get her to sleep so that I could take my 2-hour time final. I made sure to put my baby to sleep before I started the test, but after only a couple of minutes, she woke up, she was crying, and I needed help. I asked her father to please help me. He grabbed the baby, had her in his arms, but was asking me to get off the exam and take care of the baby. As the baby was crying more and more, he just became more angry. He just plopped her on me and said, "Take care of her." Because I was in such an abused state, I wasn't argumentative. I was just trying to explain to him the reasons why I really needed his support, and I was trying to be kind, but it wasn't working. And I remember him walking towards me, sort of stomping. Part of me got scared. I think just my body felt that. The other part of me, for that split second, felt like he was gonna come take her, which he did not. He came to unplug the computer. And that moment was so hard because there was such deep pain that somebody would do that to me for my final exam and just want to see me fail. I remember plugging in that computer so fast, just trying to log back in, and once I did, the test was locked. At the time, I had a 90 something in the class, but I remember this test was worth 30%, and failing it, getting a complete 0, meant that I would go down to a D and not pass. So not only had he sabotaged my grade, but my chances of getting my AA degree. Some time passed and I received my grades. I noticed that I had straight A's, and this is where God stepped in. I went to visit my teacher. I asked her why I got an A, and she let me know that she felt like something must have happened, like something must have been really wrong for me to miss this test. I remember just being so choked up, but I didn't tell her what was going on. I just said thank you, and I left. I'm sharing this story because domestic violence doesn't always look the same. It is not always physical and verbal. For me, that was part of it, but most of it was sabotage. Most of it was hatred. Most of it was ruining plans that I had, ensuring that I do not succeed. If you are going through something similar, get help. Get help from the right people. Get help and support from people who believe that women have value in this world. Don't get help from people who have distorted biblical values. No one should be abused, and everybody deserves to pursue their God-given purpose.
This was someone who was actively trying to root against her. And that's the part where people always don't catch. You know, when a person doesn't just refuse to help, but they go out of their way to ensure that you fail. I mean, 2 small kids trying to better herself, trying to build something. And instead of him supporting her, she got sabotaged. Let's be clear, guys. Nobody accidentally unplugs a computer. So clearly it can't even come with that, especially during her exam. And what really gets me is that she still pushed through, she still passed, and she got out. You know, this tells me everything. That man couldn't even stand her growth, but he also couldn't stop it. So clap that.
You know when I realized that my ex-husband really hated me? After my mom passed away in March of 2022. He always did things that made me feel like he didn't like me, but I didn't know that this man actually hated me. He didn't just not love me. He didn't just dislike me. This man actually really hated me. After my mom passed away, my ex took me through the worst devaluation ever. I actually went through a reverse discard phase. And I was so depressed because I'm here trying to process the grief of losing my parent, and he was sitting here trying to help me process more of his hatred instead. Everything was about him during the time when I needed him most. And I noticed that it was a pattern because this has happened before years prior when my dad passed away. So I realized that every time I go through something, he's going to make sure that I feel worse about myself. He's going to make sure that he's not there for me, that instead of being a partner who loves me, who's there for me, who's active, he's going to instead choose to be that partner who says, oh, you're all f***ed up, let me f*** up a little bit more. And it was a lot. I really never felt so depressed and so down in my life. I've completely lost myself. And one day I woke up and I sat there and I thought about it. And I said, this man really hates me. He cannot stand my existence. And I faced him and I said, do you want me to unalive? Is that what you want? Like, you want me to unalive myself from the stress, take myself out? I literally felt like he was deliberately 1,000,000% intentionally trying to go as far as he could and see how far it would take him. What would happen to me? Maybe he wanted me to unalive so he can get everything I received from my mom after her passing. Maybe he wanted me to unalive so he could bring someone else into the house and he could replace me. I had the most craziest thoughts, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I truly do feel in my heart that my ex-husband wanted everything from me. I really do feel like my ex used me for that, because even after she passed away, I was the one handling everything financially, including helping him financially, and he didn't think he needed to respect me. All he was focused on was getting his needs met, getting what he wanted. He always had these big, special, important needs that needed to be met, but my needs didn't mean to him. When my mom passed away, I really realized that my own husband actually and truly, in fact, completely hated my guts.
I am back. Listen, I realized 3 days ago that I have been in a 22-year relationship with a man who has genuinely hated me from deep down inside of his soul. Genuinely hated me. When I tell you the look in this man's eyes is some of the things that he did to me made me realize that I had been with someone who ain't gave a shit about me. I just realized this 3 days ago, that the person that I thought loves me hated my guts. And I told myself, bitch, you better get far the fuck away from this man as you possibly can.
You know, this one hurts because imagine giving 22 years of your life and then having that moment where suddenly everything finally starts to make sense. Not because maybe something new happened, but because you finally stop explaining things away. Sometimes it does happen like that. And when a realization hits that later, it can be really heavy. Me can just imagine. It's not just because of the relationship, but because of all the time that you spent hoping probably that things will change. The part that I actually respect about her is that the most is her clarity. She didn't need to say things like she needed a space or she needed to take a break or some time to think. She said she needs to go far and far, far away. So girlfriend, big up you.
My birthday's also coming up, and my ex always ruined my birthday and wanted to share like what the last birthday was with him and what that looked like. So whenever my birthday was coming up, he never wanted to plan anything. So I would have to like make the plan and like try to like give him a piece of it so that he felt like he booked it. So I was like, okay, I want to take a pottery class. Like I want to do a class on the wheel, and like there was this cute little place in our area and you could take a class with just us two. So I was like, let's do that. So he like apparently had to call the place like so many times because they weren't answering, and he made this like huge deal that he had to call this place, and it was like such a pain in the ass to call them to book the class. So he books the class, and then on my birthday, the other thing is like gifts. He would be like, I don't know what to get you. Like, what do you want? So I would just like, I was like, okay, I want this new like coffee machine. And so he just like ordered that because he didn't want to have to like think at all. Because he didn't even like know me. He didn't even know what I like and what I don't like. So he wouldn't even know what to buy me anyway. So he buys the thing that I sent him the link to, which that on its own isn't, really that bad. But so it's on my birthday. We're going to the class in the morning. He's in such a bad mood. He's always in such a bad mood on my birthday. And we take the class, whatever. I had so much fun because we have like an instructor, and it's just whatever. I love arts and crafts, and I love doing stuff like that. The class was like, I don't remember how much it cost. I think it was like a few $100s or something, because it was like a private class, and it was like 2 hours. He let me pay. I paid for it. And our finances were separate. So like I literally paid for that, and he was like, yeah, like I'll just let you pay for it. And then he was like, okay, well, what else do you want to do the rest of the day? He was so annoyed that it was my birthday. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that I was born. Like, I'm really sorry that I was born. But I was like, there was a new like candy store that opened up in town, and this was during the like Swedish candy TikTok era. I don't know if you guys were like watching videos about Swedish candy, but I was like, oh my gosh, like let's go to this cute little store. Like we lived in this small town, so it was like there wasn't much to do, and it was winter, and so I was like, okay, let's go to this like candy store after. And he's like, what are you, a child? He like totally judged me. And then I was like, no, like I just want to go to this freaking candy store. It's new and it's cute, and I like to support local businesses, and like whatever, it'll be fun. Like what? And so we drive by the candy shop, and I'm like, okay, like, are you gonna come in with me or not? And he was like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? And I was like, well, I guess like you want to come in with me? Like you can see what it looks like. And the whole time I was in there, he was just like, this is so weird. Like this is so childish. Like, I can't believe this is what you want to do for your 30th birthday. You're 30 and you want to go to a candy store. I'm not like a huge birthday person. I'm not like, I don't usually like do a big celebration or anything, but you know, I like to do a little something. Yeah, it was horrible. I remember I had a full mental breakdown that day, full panic attack. I was just like sobbing because I just knew, like, I was like, this is so bad. Like, this is so bad. What do I do? And I remember that feeling of like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to fix my life. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I don't know how, like, I knew this was the time where I really knew I needed to make a change, but it was like standing at the bottom of Mount Everest and looking up and being like, how the hell am I going to do that? And it was like the scariest feeling ever. Anyway, all that to say, if you relate, would love to hear about it. But also, if you have that feeling and you're like, I don't know how I'm ever going to do it, like, you can do it. I did it, and it was worth it. So if you're like in a situation where, you know, you're not being treated well, like, there's always an out. You're never stuck, and you're also not alone.
This is another one of those moments where effort is doing all the talking. Asking someone what they want for their birthday and get irritated when you actually have to make it happen. That's not consideration. That is delegation with attitude. Because in my opinion, again, birthday are not just like pop-up quizzes. So if you don't care, or if you say you do care, don't get annoyed when you need to have the follow through. You get me? If someone can't let you enjoy one day without judging you, complaining, or just making small comments, it's not about the activity. It's about how little they respect when you actually smile.
I'm going to talk to my husband. And if you're not into people getting on the internet and airing their dirty laundry and talking about their spouses, keep scrolling. This is not for you. But I don't have any real life friends, so the internet gets my drama. Tell me if this would piss you off. My husband says he's going to go golfing. Okay, this was yesterday. I already wasn't crazy happy about it, considering it's a couple days before Christmas. He knew that I had a ton that I needed to do. I had voiced my concerns to him about this. Hey, this is taking up really valuable time on a week that we don't have any extra time. And then I'm like, you know what? Stop. He doesn't get to go out with his friends often. He doesn't get to do fun things very often. You can make time for your later. Let him go. So he goes. He leaves the house around 8 a.m. yesterday. I get like 1 or 2 texts from him throughout the day. 6 o'clock in the evening rolls around. At this point, I'm thinking he's got to be on his way home, right? Like he's coming home, right? Our kids go down at 7:30. The wife of his best friend texts, hey, the boys are sleeping off their golfing day. AKA, they got so shit-faced that it's 6 in the evening and they're passed out at his buddy's house. So I'm like, that's so fantastic. You left to go golfing all day, which is already annoying to leave me with the kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I get very few breaks. Now I'm like working on my day off, you know what I mean? And I'm doing bath and bed and like all the routine. Sorry, I hit stop for a second. So I'm not doing that all by myself. That's already annoying. That's already just rude. At this point, I'm just thinking that's rude. You don't even give me a heads up you're not going to be home. You don't give me any kind of indication that you might miss bedtime. Like, I'm just waiting all day for you to get home, and then I find out you're not home. Also, you're 34 years old and you have 2 kids at home, and you let yourself get so drunk that you had to pass out. And then I get a text at 11:30 at night. Oh, hey, I'm on my way home. Sorry. Inexcusable. Freaking excusable. That was so unbelievably inconsiderate and rude. I'm pissed off at him, and I'm pissed off at the friend he was with, because Jesus, you are in your mid-30s. You are too old to be acting like that. So I'm pissed off, right? I'm furious, obviously. So he comes home last night after I had texted him, don't bother, stay at your buddy's house. I don't want you home. He comes home in the morning. He's like, hey, sorry. And I'm like, hey, not good enough. You messed up pretty bad, buddy. Like, that was pretty messed up. So anyways, I ream into him, as I feel I had every right to, because he didn't seem remorseful. He didn't really seem to care. And of course, in true my husband fashion, he then gets mad at me because I'm mad at him. And he cops an attitude with me for being upset with him, because he thinks that the words I'm sorry should just instantly erase all of the emotions around that event, which is just not how humans work. Anyways, so then he's like, I gotta go pick up my golf clubs. I left him at his house. I'll pick up lunch on my way back. 2 hours later, he comes back with lunch, and my meal is wrong, and it's something that I cannot and will not eat. And I'm just like, oh, the rage I feel, I have been shaking all day. I'm so mad because I feel so disrespected. So I'm just venting, because I don't really have any in real life friends. My social interaction is all online. So I'm just venting, and I don't care who you think was right or wrong. I don't care if you think it's not a big deal. I literally don't care. I'm just venting to get it out. But also, does anybody else feel that intense rage when their food is wrong? Because that tipped me over the edge. I was mad, and now I am like furious. And I know it's not his fault, and I know accidents happen, and the restaurant just put the wrong soup in, but I'm like, oh my God. After waiting 2 hours for a freaking bowl of soup, and then to have it be the wrong soup, and now I feel like it's money wasted, time wasted. Please tell me somebody else is having a day and also gets upset when their soup is wrong.
My husband decided to be spontaneous and take me to the movies last night. And when we went to dinner afterwards, I was talking about how much I really loved the movie. It was so good. I was so excited to talk about it. And he looks at me dead in my face and says, it was just a movie. And I immediately stopped talking. So the more I sat there and thought about it, I start crying. It gets really uncomfortable. And he tries to like break the silence by continuing to talk. And I finally looked at him and I said, that really hurt my feelings. And he responded, it was just a movie. I said, I was really excited to talk about it. You took me to see this movie on a whim. I've never heard of it, didn't look it up beforehand, and I really loved it. You picked a great movie. And I was so excited. And now I don't want to talk at all. Because why would I want to talk after that? And he immediately stops. He's like, you're right, I'm sorry. And then he grabs my hands. He's like, I'm not even being sarcastic. You're right, I'm sorry. I love when you get excited. It's just annoying sometimes. I recognize that he is trying and he is learning how to communicate with me. It's not an overnight process, but it is very painful. He's still new to his healing journey, so I just have to keep remembering that.
I love when you get excited. It's just sometimes that it's annoying. You see this sentence right here? That's not even a compliment. Clearly, that's a disclaimer. It's like somebody saying to you, I like you, but in small doses. Being animated or expressive or happy, that's personality, because clearly that is how I am. So when somebody tells you that they love it, but they're annoyed by it at the same time, what they're really saying is that, please turn down yourself so I can be more comfortable.
So the other day, my husband, who I've been married to for 17 years, but am now going to be divorcing, told me that marrying me was the biggest mistake he's made in his life. And I responded to it with like sarcasm and kind of snark, like me, like marrying me, I'm the biggest mistake that you've ever made. Because that's how I usually have responded to those types of comments that he makes over the years. But later on, afterward, I kind of sat in my room and I actually cried. I cried about it, like sobbed, actually. And I thought to myself that this is actually a good sign, because I have spent so many years in our marriage listening to comments like that. You know, you've ruined my life. You took all my money. You're the worst person. And I've like numbed myself to it over the years. Like I just kind of numbed myself or made excuses like, oh, he's just stressed, he's angry, or he's, you know, going through a lot. And I just kind of went along with it and but to get through it, I just kind of had to numb myself. And I guess in a way, like had to diminish my own humanity to not let these things get to me so I wouldn't like fall apart. You know, I had 2 kids to raise, a family to keep going. Like I couldn't afford to be hurt. You know what I mean? Now that I don't want to be married anymore, I am really telling myself that it's time for me to reclaim my humanity. And that means that there's going to be things that are going to be said to me that are going to hurt me. And I'm going to go ahead and like absorb that hurt. I'm going to feel the feelings. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to intellectualize. I'm just going to feel it. Let my emotions freely flow. And if that means I cry, I cry. If that means I get angry, I get angry. I'm going to feel again. I'm going to be a human being again. And that's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to in this entire process is I just want to be a person again.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is that your husband? You deserve better. I'm sorry. I saw him yelling at you earlier. It made me really sad. You deserve better. I'm so sorry. Can I hug you? You have a good time. You deserve to, you know, go off and do what you want to do. Thank you.
As someone who's been yelled at a theme park and it ended up causing my divorce, that video made me cry. Long story short, I had shared a bite of my burger with my cousin. It made my husband explode on me at the time, and outside of the Yak and Yeti restaurant at Disney World, he ended up exploding and saying that he was going to strand me, and he's screaming and cussing at me, and literally nobody said anything. And I've gotten comments before from people saying, well, what do you wish people had done? And I don't know. Jubilee in 2020 probably would have said that she is glad that nobody intervened because it would have just made the situation worse. And in fact, I just wanted to be invisible at the time. I was so embarrassed that people were watching that if somebody tried to intervene, I don't know how I would have felt about it. Looking back, Jubilee in 2025 is disappointed that obviously a bunch of people watched me be verbally abused at Disney World and nobody stood up for me and just watched it happen. So when people ask me, how do you wish people had reacted around you? I don't know what to say, but what I do know is watching that video made me extremely emotional because I think that that is exactly what I would have needed. After the explosive argument, my ex went away and we kind of separated for an hour. If somebody had come up to me and said that they witnessed it and that I deserved better, and met me in a safe place where I was away from my ex and offered me help one-on-one, that is exactly what I would have needed. And that video restored my faith in humanity a little.
This one actually made me stop for a second because let me ask y'all, what do you do in this situation? Because I was always told to mind my business, especially when it's a couple having an argument or something like that. And I get it, but at the same time, imagine being embarrassed in public and everybody just keeps walking like nothing is happening. So I'm curious, guys, do you think that people should step in when it's a verbal confrontation between a man and a woman, or is it better to just, stay out of it? In the words of the soca artist, just drink your water and mind your business, because honestly, this one, I really don't know.
Sometimes your biggest hater is your husband. Let me tell you why. This woman made a video where she shared that her husband of 17 years told her that the biggest mistake he ever made was getting married to her. And she has to make peace with the fact that her husband never liked her. She was with this man for 20 years, married for 17. They have children together. They have a home together. And this man told her that the biggest mistake he ever made was getting married to her. What was even crazier was the fact that there were women in the comment section saying that they have experienced the exact same thing. So many women had similar experiences. This is an epidemic. Women are finding out that these men do not like them, but they got married to them. They had children with them. They bought homes together. They have investments together. And they never liked those women. This is one of the most diabolical things to experience. Finding out that the person you've spent over 20 years with never liked you And he had the gall, the audacity to tell her that the biggest mistake he ever made was getting married to her. She even shared that she was jumping through hoops to get this man to see her, to value her. She tried to show interest in his hobbies. But no matter what she did, he despised her. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking listening to women share their experiences with these men. It is also terrifying because you can't help but think, what could those men have done to them in those relationships? Because if you don't know that you're sleeping with the enemy, then you're probably unaware of ways this person could probably try to unalive you. There's things this person could have done to harm you. I mean, apart from the emotional torture, there's things he could have physically done to harm you. Because deep down, he cannot stand the fact that you are in his life. But he's still living with you. It is honestly scary right now to think how many women are in relationships with men that straight up hate them.
Love without liking is a fragile foundation. Attraction fades, routine change, and life really gets heavy. It can be, but when you find that the genuine liking isn't there, then everything collapses under the weight of resentment and neglect. This conversation isn't, of course, meant to scare anybody or to push anybody from into any decisions that they are not ready for. No, it's about helping women to actually realize that a constant loneliness or dismissal or just emotional distance is not normal in a relationship, not at that cost. There are signals, and the signals are meant to be acknowledged, not ignored. Sometimes, Islanders, the hardest realization isn't that someone hurt you, it's the way that you were never valued in a way that you deserve to in the first place. And healing often begins the moment that you stop trying to prove your worth to someone who never really truly saw it. So of course, Islanders, if this video resonated with you, clearly you are not alone, you are not imagining things. So of course, drop your thoughts below and share what stood out to you the most. Simply just let your voice be heard in a space that exists, that where you can share, of course. If you haven't yet liked or subscribed, now is the time to go ahead and do so, because we would love for you to join the Islanders family. And if you want to continue to watch more relatable discussions like these, you can go ahead and click the up next video with a right so on your screen and enjoy the day away. As per usual, guys, thank you again so much for sticking with me until the end. My name is Jody, and I aspire to inspire. Until next time, guys, what good?